at you with a Kozmo deck profile. Real quick before I start the video, I just want you guys to know that we apologize for the lack of videos lately. Also, the builds that we have shown you guys right now is the build that we have ran for the past to like the last month or so. Um, but they're gonna change. We are going to Atlanta, so those builds are probably gonna change, and we're gonna give you guys new deck profiles after Atlanta. So yeah, so let's get right into this. So I'm gonna go by levels. So I'm gonna start with the Kozmo monsters. One Strawman, because the Strawman is really good. Uh, it's just he's good, but you don't want to see him in multiples because he's pretty bad if you see him in multiples or early game. You want to see him mid to late game because that's when he really, it's at his best. Don't completely cut it because he puts in work, but don't, run out more than one. And then 3 Farm Girl, because of course Farm Girl is just, the the heart of the deck. Um, then 2 Wicked Witch. Wicked Witch is really good, especially in the mirror. In the build that I'm planning, I'm thinking of bumping this to 3. But in the last month or so, I've been running her at 2, and it has put on a lot of work in, especially in the mirror, because when they're going for game, you can special summon this in defense, and then like they can't really get over it. So at 2 has been working good for me, but I consider like how do I say this? I suggest you guys bump it up to 3. Then one Good Witch. Good Witch is good, but it's just not that amazing right now because 1, it targets, and 2, there's no like Book of Moon's effects right now, not really that good. Also, like Burn Abyss is still running around, and one of the best plays they have is make F-Zero. So we do have a lot of problem running over F-Zero. So she's like one of the main outs for him. And then through Slip Rider. Slip Rider is really good, especially in this pendulum format, because you can pop in the end phase or during your turn as an MSC. So you really don't need to run MSCs. So because this card does it already. Then 1 Doggy Fighter. Doggy Fighter is really good, but it's at 1 because I don't run limited removal. But the tokens do help you to float around. Although you can side this out really, like game 2, because especially if you're playing against Pendulum, because if you leave this on board and you have a Geyser Coliseum, it's gonna special summon tokens, and those tokens are gonna allow your opponent to make more plays. Then I run 3 Forerunner because I don't have the 3 Destroyers at the moment, but it has worked just as good. It's really good. But when I get my third destroyer, I would just cut this and play 2 Forerunners. But it's really good. Then talking about Dark Destroyer, I only have 1 right now because many people are just getting rid of them, as I said, and I already have 1. Not many people are willing to split out the what's it called, the playset. So if like right now, that's why I'm not pushing it. But if anything comes to worse, the closer we get to Atlanta, I might just order the other 2, but definitely want to play three destroyers. But for the last month or so, I've been playing 1, and I've talked with this deck twice. So that just shows you that how really good this card is, and this deck just in general. Then 2 Honest. I think Honest is a really good card, especially in this build. There's nothing really bad that you can hit with Reasoning. I do have the Reasoning build, but you can special summon this and then still bounce it back to your hand. So it's not really a bad thing to hit Honest. If anything, you search for it. So it's really good, and then you make your opponent make really awkward plays to play around it or something. And that's it for the monsters. Then for the spells, 3 Kozmo Towns because it's the most broken spell card. Broken field spell I've ever seen. Then 3 Italy's standard. 2 Upstart. The only reason why I'm running 2 is because I do consider this card like a filler. So I didn't have other 2 cards I wanted to play at the moment, but they are gonna become different cards. So like on my build, I'm gonna take to Atlanta. This is not gonna be there. but this is what I've been running. It has been actually working really good. People have this theory that you either run 3 or you don't run none, but the thing is that I really had nothing else that I wanted to play, and like, you know, you get faster to your two pieces. I also play the 2 reasonings. Reasonings are a really good card, but I'm gonna cut it once again the other 2 destroyers. The reason is because it was good until people start catching up to it. Now even if they're going against what's called Infernoids, they still call 4, and the reason for that is because even if Infernoids they hit a 4, they still mill. And for us, like you can tell, if you bump out Wicked Witch up to 3, you have 4 level 4s, so that's a lot of, you know, most likely they're gonna call it right. A lot of people call 8, but you know, at the beginning, like the very first time you activate it and they don't know what you're playing, they're gonna call 4 just to make sure you don't get anything. But yeah, I'm gonna cut that. Then the 2 MSCs, like I said, you don't really need to run MSCs, but it just has a really good synergy with Kozmo when going for the OTK plays. So it's really good. I'm gonna cut it though. I'm gonna side 3 of this in my future build. That's the build that I'm working on in my head. 2 Kaiser. I'm gonna keep this in. I am not gonna bump it up to 3 though, because Kaiser can be really cloggy, but it's really good in this format because you can sit on a destroyer or a Wicked Witch, and then your paper players can't really do anything because even to make an exceed they require of several monsters. The only ones that really can get around it is magicians, but for that matchup you have Interspell fragrances and stuff like that, so really good. One Allure of Darkness, right now it's mediocre right now because I don't have the other 2 destroyers, but if I do, then it's a really good card because it's potentially a pot of greed with Kozmo Town, because you can just add the monster that you banish. 1 Raigeki for mass removal, and then for the traps I run Vanities, Stormy Mirror Force, Bottomless, Time Split Trap Hole, Solemn Warning, and Torrential. If you notice something about all these trap cards is that they're all mass removal, except for Vanities. But Vanities, like, you just don't play with Vanities at all. So like the reason is that like Pepper players and Pendulum players just they go balls out, and like sometimes it's really hard for you to deal with like that because even if you have a destroyer, they're just gonna make it nicer and bounce it back. So you want to get rid of all those monsters because you can't really deal with it. For the extra deck, I run Polomeus, Cassell. Number 80. This card's probably gonna go out, but I've been playing it lately. A Cowboy, I'm gonna keep Cowboy in. Just, you know, you never know. Dollar in the Mirror. Diamond is gonna go out too. I can't tell you right now what I'm gonna replace it for because I don't know myself, but they're most likely gonna go out. Flare. Plate is standard. Diamond standard. The Chromatic I only have 1, but I will get the second one because you do want to play 2. I side 2 cores and a Cyber Dragon, so that's really good. And the one card I want to talk about is Cyber Dragon Nova. This card is really good because sometimes in the mirror you're staring down at a destroyer Forerunner field with 2 Sleep Riders, and getting Sleep Rider out on the field is not that hard. So what basically you can do, because if you special summon a Cyber Dragon or a core, they're gonna respond to it because they know what's coming. So what you do is, let's say for example you already have one one Sleep Rider out and you get the other one out. You can make Nova and then detach from Nova, and Nova effects has that you can special summon 1 Cyber Dragon from your graveyard. So let's say that they responded to your Cyber Dragon, and then you special summon it, and now you have an extra machine. So you can still make that one Chromatic that you were going for, and now it's 1,000 points stronger. So Nova in theory is really good, and also when Infinity comes out, you can also just make it with 3 materials, make Nova, and the top of Nova make Infinity. So really good card. So yeah guys, I'm not gonna show you guys my side deck because it's not really complete. I just wanted to show you guys what I've been playing with for the last month. I have topped several tournaments, and as you can see it's pretty incomplete, but after Atlanta I will show you guys my exact build. Hope you guys enjoyed. You know, leave a comment and any suggestions you guys have for me. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Bye.